Scarlett Johansson didn't schedule a tell-all. She didn't drop DMs or release burner account receipts. She just laughed. A crisp 5-second cackle during a Vanity Fair profile. The question: any thoughts on Justin Baldoni suing Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, and the New York Times for $400 million? Scarlett leaned back, eyes sparkling, and called the timing delicious. Cameras snapped, reporters scribbled, and Hollywood felt the temperature tick up 10 degrees. Within hours, blocked ID calls pinged Johansson's team well past midnight. Voices cloaked in faux civility offered career advice that sounded more like warnings. A gentle reminder that festival slots and award campaigns can vanish overnight. Scarlett, days from premiering her directorial debut, Eleanor the Great in Cannes' Un Certain Regard sidebar, told her publicist to let the phone ring. That single act of defiance detonated a chain reaction: threats, leaked emails, late-night script rewrites that now threatens to torch the most picture-perfect brand in showbiz. How does one mischievous laugh put Ryan Reynolds' $350 million endorsement empire, Blake Lively's America's Sweetheart halo, and a $400 million lawsuit on the same collision course? Let's break it down, section by section, each beat crazier than the last. Scarlett's delicious soundbite hit X, the app formerly known as Twitter, minutes after Vanity Fair's digital drop. Within 90 minutes, Reynolds' Lively PR flagged the interview as crisis-level red in an internal Slack room. Screenshots later leaked to gossip site Du Mois. Proposed responses ranged from planting puff pieces about Ryan's charity work to offering Blake for empowerment op-eds. But Johansson's side? Radio silence. Her entire statement to follow-up reporters was 3 words: no further comment. That night, Scarlett's assistant logged 3 blocked ID calls. Each lasted under a minute. Each delivered the same helpful reminder: it would be such a shame if your Cannes debut faced last-minute scheduling issues. Legal counsel traced the spoofed numbers to a bulk dialer service favored by crisis management firms. Scarlett's reaction? She booked an earlier flight to France, arriving 2 days ahead of schedule, and posted an Instagram story of her suitcase with the caption, "Early birds catch the paparazzi." Fans cheered, PR consultants groaned. But the real panic didn't start until a mysterious PDF landed in the inbox of Cannes programmers at dawn. Hours after the phone threats, festival board members opened an anonymous memo titled "Urgent Reputational Concerns." It claimed Scarlett's film was potentially problematic because its financier, Wayfarer Studios, was run by Justin Baldoni, now embroiled in sexual harassment and extortion allegations. The memo urged Cannes to reconsider platforming a movie that might normalize abusive power dynamics. No signature, no letterhead, just a string of legal buzzwords. Cannes did consider it, then rejected it. Why? Eleanor the Great had already locked its slot in Un Certain Regard. Official listings went live May 13th, and festival brass weren't keen to be accused of blacklisting a 95-year-old lead actress, the legendary June Squibb. Scarlett kept Wayfarer's logo in every press kit. She publicly praised Baldoni for funding a story no major studio wanted. Industry trades confirmed the budget was a lean $7 million, 70% personally underwritten by Baldoni. Meanwhile, Blake Lively's French publicity agency allegedly emailed the same festival contacts, warning them that honoring Scarlett's film could signal tolerance of misconduct. Those emails leaked within 48 hours, triggering French journalists to question Blake at every photo call for her own movie. Another simple favor. She dodged each query with a tight smile and a well-rehearsed "no comment while litigation is ongoing." And that's the moment Ryan and Blake reached for their biggest bullet: Scarlett's old marriage. Scarlett Johansson and Ryan Reynolds married in a quiet wooded ceremony in Tofino, British Columbia, September 2008. Headlines screamed Hollywood's golden duo. Behind closed doors, insiders whisper the hue was less gold, more gloss. Scarlett had just scored Golden Globe noms for Matchpoint and Vicky Cristina Barcelona. Ryan was best known for sardonic romantic comedy charm. Career collision course. In 2010, Ryan lobbied hard for Green Lantern, the franchise he hoped would vault him into superhero royalty. Scarlett, she was negotiating Under the Skin, an artsy sci-fi thriller about an alien seductress in Scotland. Leaked studio email, 2021 hack. Talent unavailable, Q1. Domestic obligations flagged by spouse. The attached calendar showed Scarlett's Black Swan audition penciled in, then scratched out with the note RR unsupportive. optics. Friends' recollections: she grew muted, turning down press invites, arriving late to award parties. One assistant recalled Ryan lightly mocking her Oscar dreams, calling indie movies actor camping trips. By December 2010, they announced an amicable split. Paparazzi shots show Scarlett in New York within weeks, hair chopped to a defiant pixie, walking alone across Soho. Ryan surface-smiled through Green Lantern Press, met Blake on Gossip Girl reshoots, and restyled himself as wholesome snark dad by 2012. Scarlett never contradicted the friendly ex's story, until now. A decade later, SNL's Weekend Update would lace that old tension with red leather and a gold maple leaf. February 10, 2025, Studio 8 Rockefeller Center. Guest host Pedro Pascal steps on stage, red leather suit flashing a gold maple leaf emblem larger than life. The skit, titled Crisis Control, skewers a superhero obsessed with his brand, and a wife asked to dim her star so he can shine. Lines like, "Go be brilliant, babe, just not while my merch is trending," drew surgical laughs. Social media roared. Hashtag brand with abs trended for 48 hours. 9,000 plus Reddit comments in less than 2 days, many dissecting Ryan Scarlett parallels. NBC's legal team reportedly fielded an informal query from Reynolds' reps about defamatory parody. They declined. Satire is shielded. Colin Jost's chess move. The sketch had been written weeks earlier, waiting for the right host and cultural moment. An SNL writer leaked that Jost wasn't looking to drag an ex, just wanted his wife's side told in jokes, not tears. For Ryan, who once ruled Twitter with avocado tequila quips, the humor cut deep. Fans began pairing SNL clips with paparazzi footage of Scarlett's can prep, labeling her the anti-PR Avenger. But jokes became footnotes once lawyers filed real paperwork. December 31, 2024. Justin Baldoni sues the New York Times for $250 million, alleging libel in its reporting of Blake Lively's harassment claims. April 29, 2025. Countersuit expanded to include Reynolds and Lively. Total damages now estimated at $400 million. May 10, 2025. Court filing drags Taylor Swift into the witness list. Swift's rep condemns the subpoena as fame exploitation. Judge calls extortion allegation borderline frivolous. Legal analysts say Scarlett's film is collateral damage. Wayfarer's financing ties her to Baldoni, making her a potential fact witness. If Eleanor the Great flops, Baldoni points to Blake's smear as the torpedo. If it triumphs, Blake's destroyed his career argument shrivels. Scarlett is now a chess piece both sides want to move. She hires Leanne Grant, a former ACLU pitbull known for shredding NDAs. A 5-word press release, "My truth isn't for sale," hits THR Deadline and Variety in under an hour, lighting industry group chats like dry tinder. Meanwhile, a single leaked voice memo births a nickname powerful enough to crater brand loyalty. May 7, 2025. TMZ uploads an 87-second audio clip, 2 of Johansson's marketing staff venting over coffee. One sighs, "Blake is prettier than she is honest." Classic Snake Lively. The phrase was catnip. TikTok spun remix vids, X-minted snake emojis, Etsy filled with teas overnight. Within a week, fashion influencers who once tagged hashtag BlakeHive racked easy views unboxing hashtag Snake Lively merch. Meme economy exploded. GIFs of Blake's Met Gala serpentine dress from 2018 recaptioned, "She warned us." Blake's scheduled Good Morning America sit-down pivoted from film promo to damage control. Producers cut it short when viewership dropped 18% during her segment. Unofficial YouGov flash polls floated a 28-point drop in Lively's favorability among Gen Z women. Numbers unverified. But screenshots went viral faster than corrections could. Ryan's team tried counter-programming with adorable Family Man Instagram posts. Comment sections flooded with snake emojis. Yet the wound Ryan couldn't bandage came from one icy backstage quote. Early March, Vulture publishes a feature on Hollywood's image wars. Deep in paragraph 19, an unnamed ex-publicist recounts Scarlett describing Ryan as a brand with abs. Great packaging, no substance. Ryan doesn't publicly react, but Deadpool 3 crew leak a meltdown. He paused shooting after a lighting tech joked whether the new costume six-pack was award eligible. Simultaneously, canned chatter on Eleanor the Great escalates. A Reddit Oscars forum rates Johansson's film an early Dark Horse Best Picture, citing first-look clip buzz. For Ryan, who's campaigned unsuccessfully for an Academy nod since Buried, the optics sting. Suddenly, media outlets pivot headlines, from Deadpool returns after strike delays to Will Johansson's indie outspark, Oscar hype over superhero threequel. Blake, seeing the tide shift, doubles down on Survivor PR. She dons muted tones, gives tear-tinged interviews about a culture that protects abusers. But each clip becomes duet fodder for TikTokers layering Snake Lively hiss tracks underneath. And now, every camera lens swivels toward the French Riviera, May 20th, 2025, Cannes. Scarlett arrives in vintage lavender Dior, June squib on her arm, both laughing like college roommates. Paparazzi abandon Blake, posing 2 carpets away for another simple favor, to chase the intergenerational duo. Headlines gush, Squib's second coming, 95 and fabulous. Inside the Théâtre Debussy, Eleanor the Great unspools. It's tender, oddball, and ends on a close-up of Squib's weathered grin. Silence blankets the room, then the ovation. 5 minutes, 7. Climbing to 10. Critics exit tweeting future classic, Gerwig meets Miyazaki hard, and Johansson's auteur leap. Trade analysts predict a 24 might scoop U.S. rights by sunrise. Ryan, shooting in Vancouver, gets a 3 a.m. text from Crisis PR. 10-minute standing O. Call ASAP. Crew sources claim he hurled a prop katana. Blake, dining with Salma Hayek in Paris, is swarmed by photogs shouting, "Snake Lively!" Any comment? Immediate fallout. Financially, Baldoni's lawyers revised their damages estimate down by $180 million, conceding Scarlett's success weakens ruined reputation claims. Wayfarer Studios receives 3 new script submissions overnight. Socially, hashtag Justice for Scarlett trends in 40 countries. Brand with Abs merch sells out on Redbubble. Proceeds donated to women's film grants. Legally, sources leak that Reynolds' lawyers will pivot to a lack of direct involvement defense, distancing him from Blake's harassment allegations. Johansson's attorneys issue subpoenas of their own for internal comms that allegedly threatened her film's distribution. And while the festival fireworks glow over the Riviera, Hollywood accountants stare at spreadsheets calculating ad buy penalties for a tarnished power couple. For years, Ryan Reynolds epitomized relatable fame, tweeting dad jokes, selling mid-tier gin, cameo bombing reality game shows. Blake Lively perfected the Instagram carousel, lush gowns, tidy children, husband with emoji captions. They understood the algorithm of likability, but algorithms pivot faster than public mood. The quiet defiance playbook, stay silent until it hurts. Scarlett never aired dirty laundry when tabloids were begging. Choose the right moment. One well-timed laugh. 1,000 exposés. Let art speak. A $7 million indie just dealt a blow no PR spin could preempt. The brand control trap over curation breeds suspicion. Fans who once applauded Ryan's playful claps now view each quip as damage masking. Weaponized virtue crumbles under scrutiny. Blake's pivot to Survivor messaging rang hollow when leaked emails suggested she privately sought to blacklist a rival film. In 2025, authenticity isn't raw crying on Instagram Live. It's the confidence to back a risky project and let its success or failure prove your point. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively built castles of curated charm. Funniest husband alive. Fashion Week fairy. But Scarlett Johansson, armed with one laugh and a relentless belief in a 95-year-old protagonist, cracked their moat from underneath. She didn't scream. She didn't subtweet. She directed, premiered, and watched the audience decide. So what happens next? Scenario A. Eleanor the Great rides Cannes' buzz to award season. Baldoni's lawsuit settles cheap. Ryan and Blake retreat for low-profile family time. Scenario B. Negative press redistributes, the couple rebrands via philanthropic mega donations, and a glossy Vogue spread about lessons learned. Scenario C. Scarlett's defiance sparks a wave. Actors stop burying unpleasant ex stories to keep doors open, rewriting Hollywood's hush-hush etiquette. In an industry powered by perception, maybe the real superpower isn't a billion-dollar brand or a flawless feed. It's knowing when to step out of the script, laugh, and let the truth stage dive on its own.